Hi everyone, Jacqueline here. So today I'm going to share with you how I create a white container for my deck. And you can use these containers even in your flower beds or wherever you like, or you can use a color combination similar in your garden to bring life to the garden. And when I mean life is night life, because whites stand out at night in the garden, especially if they receive proper lighting. So we're going to create this container. It's going to be for my deck, and I'm going to use a variety of plants here. So let me share with you what I have. And I have my trusty helper here today. Here is my trusted helper, Maddie. She is here to supervise the creation of this container and make sure I create it based on her standards. And she is just enjoying a day out in the garden, relaxing. So the first plant we're going to put in to make a green container is we need our back or our centerpiece, depending where we are placing this planter. If you're putting it against the wall, then you can take the large statement plants and put them at the back. If you're putting it in an area where you're going to see all around the pot, then you're going to put it in the center. But the first plant I am going to use is a King Tut of the Graceful Grasses series. And there are so many different sizes of the tut. Based on your pot, you can decide which one you want to use. King is one of the bigger ones, Queen is smaller, and then there's baby tuts now as well. I like it for the green foliage and for how, I don't know, intricate it is, I guess, is the way I would put it. It just makes a great statement. So that's the first plant we're going to put in here. I am not going to go and center my plants and pull the dirt up on the sides, because we're going to be adding a lot of plants, and I just kind of like the free form when I plant my plants. I don't really have a design in mind. So we're going to put this one in first, and look at how pretty that is. Easiest thing, get it out of the pot. And before you do this, save yourself some time, add in some slow release fertilizer. I'm using Miracle-Gro because that's what I was able to find, and then follow up every week with water soluble. This will probably do you most of the season. If it doesn't, you can add more. And then when you take your plant out of your pot like this, just spread the roots out a bit to help get it to settle in. Just like that. And then put it into the center or the back of your planter. I'm going to go more toward the back of the planter and then just scoot some dirt in on it, because I'm putting this by my back door. All right, next on the list, we want to put in our statement color plant. And when I say color, I mean pistachio. This is pistachio cream ray. Look at the colors on this, and we're going to dot those in along the edge. I'm keeping the tags. I like this one. It's the first time I've seen it. I found it at a hardware store actually, and I just really like it. I think it's a statement plant, and it's going to look gorgeous in the flower pot. And the other thing about it is just deadhead them as you go along. So let's put this in next. And these are coming in single pots. I think they're $4.85 a piece. So you're getting a significantly stately plant. And I'm going to put it just in front of the container here, because I want it to trail and angle it so it trails over the edge. I don't know how many I'm going to use of these because I am just winging it. And that's what I like to do with my containers. I want my designs to be unique. We want to complement that coloring because we're doing a white container, and so silvers are very appropriate for it. This is a diachondra. I paid $3.99. It's just a generic diachondra. It's not a proven winners or anything. And we're going to run that right along the front edge. I don't know why I'm putting the tag back in, considering I'm putting it in the pot. Somebody needs more coffee. So I'm just going to put this over here and just dig it down in a bit and lean it. Always lean your plants along the edge if you want them to cascade. I think that looked good. On the other side, to bring out the green, I am using a Liza Michai otherwise known as a, because I probably didn't pronounce that right, it's a creeping Jenny, basically. This is an annual creeping Jenny. It's not invasive here. I know in some states in the US it may be. So as long as you know what you can plant in your area and that, then this shouldn't be a problem. I have no issues with this. I've been growing it for years in window boxes and stuff, and it never spreads anywhere. But I'm in Saskatchewan, we have long winters, and quite honestly, our seasons are short for summers, so we get as much color as we can in. So don't come after me in the comments saying I'm planting an invasive plant. The other thing is the new hybrids that they're making in that are not invasive like the old ones, but you still might find one in your area that is. And we're just going to put it beside the petunias and lean it so it can trail out. Now we need some other foliage color. And what I like to use is coleus. And because we're doing a green and white container, I'm going to use the green coleus, the chartreuse green coleus for color. And I'm going to put 2 of them in there. You've seen a lot of green in here, but different shades of green work well. And I'm just going to stick it right there. The reason I'm putting it further back is number 1, it's going to get tall, and number 2, it protects it because we're going to go down to 7 or 8 at night, and this will be under the eaves of the house, but still, coleus can't take the cold. And we're going to duplicate that and do one on each side. Here we go. And these aren't very big, you guys, because I started them late, but that's okay. I learned they grow so fast. If I don't want to repot up constantly, then start them later. Okay, so we've got a lot of green in there. Let's add some more color, so to speak. And what I am adding for color is verbena and a white wave petunia. Now, when I picked my petunias, I had already had that pistachio in mind, so I picked one with more of a chartreuse center rather than more of a bright yellow center, so it blends in nicely and still enhances the color of the pistachio. So we're going to put the verbena in first, and then we're going to sink these in to fill the arrangement out. The verbenas are really robust that I got. You can see it here. Verbena white. And once again, deadhead your plant. It doesn't even hurt if you pick some stems off. It's however you want to do this. I like to pick these off as I go along. These are also $4.85, and I got them at my hardware store. And because they're quite rooted, let's just pull that back a bit. And these are going to be the filler, big time filler. So we're just going to squish them in here. And I mean, I'm squishing these in. This is going to be full. And then I'm going to do one on the other side. There's the tag. And deadhead anything that you need the deadhead. If you have snips, that works well too. They get a little tough, the deadhead, when they get older, the stems, and pull out anything in there that you don't like. And once again, let's rip that out. And let's shove it in here on this side. I think that's looking glorious. Now, we still have too much green in this area, so we want to change our textures. So we're going to put in a white wave petunia. And this was a 6-pack for $10.98. These are actually at Walmart, people. And they are awesome. And I'm going to pick one that's got blooms on it, just because we're videoing this. There we go. You can see the color, because I want it to stand out. Otherwise, it's no good for the video. Okay, you can see how that is starting to fill in beautifully. Let's put a, yep, I'm going to push it. We're going to shove another one in here. I'll take this one here at the back. And we're going to pinch off anything that doesn't look good or is spent. Always with your petunias, there might be a leaf on there that's starting to go, so just remove it. And you can see those aren't open yet. And I am going to squeeze this one in around the back side because there is actually room back there. So why not? Why not? And to give this some more depth, I'm going to put in a wandering Jude. And these really need to get in the ground. I've cut them back so many times in the house, and you can see they're getting really root bound and they're dry, so I'm going to have to soak it really good. Look at that. You're going to see a lot of roots. That's one dry plant. So shame on me. And we're just going to slip it in here. To give that variegation, you can see how that foliage is going to look. And I'm just going to push it down hard. Shake some of that dirt off because everything looks yucky when you get dirt on it. Isn't that looking good? Look at how full that is. And we only need 2 wave petunias in this arrangement because they are going to spread. You're going to have a lot of color. And this is our feature plant. Now I have 3 of them. I could have put more in, but I think when it's going against the house, that is going to be perfect. So what I'll do is I'll come through and backfill now with soil for any gaps. I still believe with new soil that you need to backfill a container because especially if you put containers or something in the bottom to reduce the weight of it, it needs that extra soil because it's going to settle, especially with multiple waterings. So that's just my rule of thumb. Every gardener does it differently. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with it either way. All right, I had to uncover the coleus because I couldn't see it, but there it is. Now let's go and add some more slow release in between to the plants to give them a good start. And then we're going to water it in and put it in its forever home. Hey Maddie, what do you think? Does it look good? I like it. It's pretty cool, hey? You're such a good girl. So I've moved the container to where it's going to stay right by the house. It complements the green walls pretty good. I'm not sure if the green's going to stay on the house or not. You guys can let me know in the comments. Should I keep the house green or should I change the color? I was leaning toward white with black windows and brown trim. Let me know what you think, whether you like the green or not. I'm thinking of resale value here too, so keep that in mind. Anyhow, I'm going to take my tags and put them at the back. I'm going to hide them behind the king tut so they won't show as the plants fill more. I mean, the verbena is really full there. They will not show at all, but it's good to know should I ever have to reference them or we do a video and somebody asks me what I put in here later on, I can definitely pull the tags. So now we will water it in, kind of clean off that petunia. Make sure that king tut gets enough water. And here's what I'm going to do now, you guys. And this is what I do with all my plants, particularly petunias. I'm going to deadhead all the flowers off. So I wanted you to kind of see the color combo. And now I'm taking all the blooms off the petunias so that they can spread. So I'm just going to come in here and just pick the flowers off like that. And the same with the pistachio. You don't have to do this, but my plants root in and spread better when I take all the blooms off. That is one of the things I like to do. And just take them all. The verbena, not so much. We don't need to do that. If you got anything hanging, you can. I'm just shaking the water off of these so they look better for the video. But that is one thing that you can do to help your plant bloom. And I missed one buried down there. You can also go in and pinch these flowers back as well, like that. Take them all. Pinch out the centers to help your plants spread. It's early. These will rebound in a couple weeks, if it even takes that long. So why not help the plant establish its roots so you have a bigger, more beautiful plant now rather than later. All right, so that's it. I wanted to get this white container done. I have so many containers to do. There's gonna be a way more videos on container gardening because I love containers and placing them in the garden so they stand out, especially in the front garden because it draws the eye in from the street. And I have a very long front garden as well as wide because I'm on almost 3/4 of an acre. I think it's 0.66. So I have lots of space and room to put pots in. I may use more pots this year rather than so many hanging baskets. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope I inspired you to get out in the garden. Bye everybody.